Hello class. In our last session, we have come across the term water of crystallization. We are seeing the properties of salt. So there we came to know that what is water of crystallization. So it is the definite number of water molecules that is associated with the salt that present in a crystalline form. And we have seen the example, many example as well. So here we have got few examples. Sodium carbonate or washing soda crystals having Na2CO3 10H2O, Epsom salt MgSO4 7H2O, potassium K2SO4 Al2SO4 324H2O. Then you have got blue vitriol copper sulfate pentahydrated, gypsum, that is calcium sulfate 2H2O. So all these are examples of the substances which contains water of crystallization. There are some crystalline salt which does not contain water of crystallization. Examples are NaCl, sodium chloride, they don't have water of crystallization. Nitrate, potassium nitrate, that is sugar, C12H22O11, potassium permanganate, ammonium chloride. So these are the compounds which are present in the crystalline form, but they don't have water of crystallization. Okay, next properties of salt is efflorescence. Let us try to see what is this topic. This efflorescence term we have studied in class 9 in the chapter water, if you remember. So efflorescence is the property of some salt to lose wholly or partially their water of crystallization when the crystals are exposed to dry air even for a short time. So efflorescence is the property, or it is a phenomenon in which the salt, when exposed to dry air, loses its water of crystallization, and such substances are called efflorescent substances, and the phenomenon is efflorescence. And the examples of such compound is washing soda, that is hydrated sodium carbonate. Hydrated sodium carbonate, one example is that one. Other example is Epsom salt MgSO4 7H2O. These are the examples of efflorescence. Next phenomenon or process we have got is hygroscopic substances. Hygroscopic substances means some salt absorb moisture or water vapor from the atmosphere without dissolving in it. Such substances are called hygroscopic substances. So there are some salt which absorbs moisture from the atmosphere, but they don't dissolve in it. That means they will not form a solution. Such substances are called hygroscopic substances, and the phenomenon is hygroscopy. The examples of such compounds are concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus pentoxide, quicklime, and silica gel. These are the examples of hygroscopic substances. Next process we have got deliquescent substances. Now let us see what is this deliquescent substances. Certain water-soluble substances, when exposed to the atmosphere at ordinary temperature, absorb moisture from the atmospheric air to become moist and ultimately dissolve in the absorbed water, forming a saturated solution. So there are certain water-soluble substances, when exposed to the atmosphere, what will do? They will absorb the moisture from the atmosphere to become moist, and after that it will dissolve in the absorbed water and form a saturated solution. Such substances are called deliquescent substances, and the phenomenon are called deliquescence. The examples of such compounds are caustic soda, that is sodium hydroxide, caustic potash, potassium hydroxide, magnesium chloride, MgCl2, calcium chloride. All these are examples of deliquescent substances. Now there is a phenomenon. Say for example, during rainy season, table salt, that is the common salt that we take in our food, turns moist and ultimately sometimes it form a saturated solution if it is exposed to the air. The reason is that the pure sodium chloride is not a deliquescent, but the commercial one contain impurities like magnesium chloride and calcium chloride, which are deliquescent substances. So they can absorb the moisture from the atmosphere to become moist, and ultimately when if they dissolve in water, they will form a saturated solution. Fine. Next topic we have left is drying and dehydrating agent. Drying means the certain substances remove moisture from the substances They are called desiccating agent or drying agent. Example: concentrated sulfuric acid, phosphorus, pentoxide, silica gel, quicklime. They are drying agent. They used to dry the substances to remove the moisture. Dehydrating agent means they are the substances that can remove water molecules even from compounds. Concentrated sulfuric acid can remove water molecules from blue vitriol, so it is dehydrating agent as well. So dehydrating agent means it is used to remove water molecules even from compounds. Next, we have got the differences between the drying agent and dehydrating agent. Drying agent, they remove moisture from the other substances. They remove chemically combined elements or waters in the ratio of 2:1 from a compound. They are used to dry gases like chlorine, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen chloride, and whereas dehydrating agent, they prepare substances like carbon monoxide, sugar, charcoal. Drying agent, they represent physical change, and dehydrating, they represent chemical change. Examples of drying agent: P2O5 phosphorus, calcium chloride, calcium oxide, sulfuric acid. And the example of dehydrating agent is sulfuric acid.